Welcome to Module 3, Strategic Capital Allocation. Everything we've covered so far has prepared us for this moment. In Module 1, we identified every major financial obligation you are likely to face throughout your lifetime and organized those obligations into a comprehensive capital requirements register. In Module 2, we transformed those future obligations into present-day funding targets using the principles of the time value of money. By the end of those two modules, you knew how much capital you would need to achieve your goals. Now we face a different challenge. Very few households, businesses, or governments have enough resources to fund everything they want. Capital is scarce. Every dollar committed to one objective is a dollar that cannot be committed elsewhere. This module is about making those decisions wisely. Imagine receiving a bonus. Should you pay down your mortgage, increase your retirement savings, invest in your education, start a business, purchase a rental property, or simply enjoy the money today? Each option may be worthwhile, but unless your resources are unlimited, you cannot pursue every opportunity at the same time. This is the capital allocation problem. The goal is not simply to make good decisions. The goal is to consistently make the best decision among many good alternatives. Throughout this module, we'll develop a structured framework for making those decisions. We'll learn how to compare competing opportunities. We'll measure the value created by different investments. We'll understand why timing matters. We'll examine how limited capital changes our priorities. And we'll build a repeatable process for allocating financial resources with confidence. These are the same principles used by corporations when evaluating billion-dollar investments. They are equally valuable when applied to personal financial decisions. We'll begin by exploring opportunity cost. Every decision has a visible benefit, but every decision also carries an invisible cost, the opportunities that must be given up. From there, we'll introduce one of the most powerful concepts in finance, net present value. Rather than asking which investment produces the highest return, we'll learn to ask a better question. Which investment creates the greatest amount of value? We'll also examine internal rate of return, understanding both its strengths and its limitations. You'll discover why experienced financial professionals rarely rely on a single performance measure when evaluating important decisions. Once we understand how to evaluate investments individually, we'll tackle a more realistic challenge. What happens when several excellent opportunities compete for the same limited pool of capital? We'll learn how organizations rank projects, how scarce resources are allocated, why some worthwhile opportunities must wait, and how strategic priorities influence financial decisions. Although many of these techniques were originally developed for corporate finance, the underlying principles apply equally well to households. Every family faces competing financial priorities. Every household has limited income. Every individual must make difficult choices about where today's dollars will produce the greatest future benefit. By the end of this module, you'll have a practical framework for making those decisions with greater confidence and greater clarity. Finance is often described as the science of managing money. In reality, it is the discipline of making decisions under conditions of scarcity. Money is simply the resource. Strategy is what determines where that resource is deployed. In this module, you'll learn how financial professionals approach those decisions, how organizations create value through disciplined capital allocation, and how you can apply the same principles to your own financial life. Welcome to Strategic Capital Allocation. Let's begin.